This is the Diplomatic Society of Countries Without Kings.
Although colonial America identified itself as a country without kings, its government policy of laissez-faire during the Gilded Age of the 1880s catalyzed opportunities for social Darwinism to transpire, therefore sanctioning a society where kings is kings, and you gotta make allowances.
Mark Twain's Huckleberry Finn depicts this fallacy of a country without kings by admonishing the hypocrisy of America at this time with its monopolistic businessman, suppressive slavery and imperialism, and anti-monarchical ideals.
During the pre-revolutionary era, conflicts between the colonists and the King of Britain leading up to the Revolution caused anti-monarchical sentiment to form in America. Furthermore, Americans have since associated kings with violence and corruption. Twain presents this American connection between corruption and kings through the King and Dolphin. The King and Dolphin are two of the most corrupt and vile characters in the novel. They're completely concerned with their own prosperity, and they are obsessed with money and continuously scam others for their money. Although we claim to have great disdain for kings, Americans prove hypocritical in the practicing of slavery and imperialism. The practices of slavery and imperialism place one set of persons in a power position over another, much like a monarchy. Twain exemplifies this social inequality with Jim's status as a runaway slave and the many manipulative people, especially the king and duke, who try to take advantage of Jim's precarious position.
In the words of Abraham Lincoln, no man is good enough to govern another man without that other's consent. So why then is our presence in so many other nations governing them without their consent?
Power during the late 19th century of U.S. was held by philanthropists like John D. Rockefeller rather than politicians. This was due to laissez-faire, a French term describing limited government power. Laissez-faire caused multiple monopolies in various industries to emerge.
Oligarchy as a ruling class is posed by Plato in the Republic, where we find that oligarchy is a constitution full of many evils, where the rich dominate the government by buying it, and the average individual or the poor count for absolutely nothing.
Twain despised greedy men like Standard Oil monopoly Rockefeller and conveyed his dismay through the king and duke in Huckleberry Finn. The king and the duke's menacing greediness matched Rockefeller's greediness during the time Huckleberry Finn was written. Twain portrayed them as con artists who cheat people out of money. One could argue this is similar to Standard Oil monopoly. During one of the hardest economical times in the U.S., Rockefeller was the richest man in history. Alanis Morissette might say that's ironic.
It's like rain on your wedding day. It's a free ride when you've already paid. It's the good advice that you just didn't take. And who would have thought it figured?
For those of you who still haven't read Huck Finn, Huck's dad is dead, and Jim's been free all along, so in short, there was no purpose for their journey. So why does Mark Twain write the book like this? Twain attempted to express his version of an ideal life through Huck's adventure, which is a life without kings.
Now that I was dead, I could do what I wanted and go where I wanted, and neither Pap nor Miss Watson would ever try and follow me. And right now, I figured I'd go to Jackson's Island. No one lives there, nor hardly visits, and the fishing's awful good, too.
On his journey along the Mississippi, Huck is not limited by authoritative figures and has no restrictions. He feels free and has fun, despite the dilemmas he is faced with. Twain believes all of us should live like that, free from boundaries, free from kings. When given the choice at the end of the novel, Huck chooses to keep traveling and to go out west, free from the hypocrisy of the United States.
The prisoner wishes to say a word.